All right, everyone. I want to very quickly go over with you your Unit 8 unit assessment for when you are ready to make that happen. So, as usual, we have to go into the unit folder where we can find that unit. Here we're doing Unit 8, so we want to go to our Unidad 8 folder. Then we wait for it to load, as always. Then we want to go to our Evaluación folder. And in there, as always, we're going to find everything that we need for our unit assessment or our evaluación. Here you're going to see two things. First one is your video. Second part is going to be the listening file that you're going to be listening to for part number 1. So let's go into our actual file first here in Google. And I just had this loaded and I just checked it and now we're going to have to wait for it to load. All right, so here it is. Evaluación de Unidad 8 is los consejos. For this unit assessment, we're going to be working with affirmative and negative 2 commands, and in doing so, we're going to work with 4 of our standards. It's got 2 parts, and we are working here with listening, interpersonal communication, writing, and grammar. So let's take a look first at part 1. Part 1 is listen and dictate. So what you're going to see are 3 sets of pieces of advice. Okay, and the 3 different people that we see, you should recognize all of them. We have Bella with Gaston y Bestia. Then we have Bob Esponja, Pantalones Cuadrados with Plankton y Patricio. And finally, we have Centecita with Madrastra Mala and Hada Madrina. Okay, so what you're going to be hearing in the file is you're going to hear four different pieces of advice that each of them are giving them. When you're listening to the file, you will hear word for word what you need to dictate. Okay, and remember, dictation is writing word for word exactly what you're hearing. You're going to write it down. What you'll hear is número uno, Bella, and then you'll hear Gaston, número uno, and then it will give you the piece of advice, and it'll say número dos. Then it will give you the next one, número tres, and it will give you the next one, número cuatro, and it will give you the next one. Then it will go to bestia, número uno, advice, número dos, advice, número tres, advice, número cuatro, advice. Okay, you are writing a dictation. So you are writing word for word, letter for letter, accent for accent, exactly what you are hearing. Remember, all of these are 2 commands, which means they must start and end with an exclamation point. That's how you indicate to the reader that it is a command. Okay? Make sure, as always, we have capital letters, punctuation, spelling, accent marks. You are going to do that for all 3 of the different sets of characters. You may listen to this as many times as you would like. 1 time, 5 times, 20 times, does not matter. You can listen to it as many times as you want. One thing that I do want to point out, these are Google drawings. So what that means is in order to edit them, you have to double click on them and it will take you to the drawing itself. We're going to give it a second to load. Then here's where you're going to double click on it again, and then you will actually start writing. Okay, so make sure that you are ready, go into the actual thing, and then when you're all done, you click save and close, and it will save it right there for you. Okay, so remember, Google Drawings must go inside. I'll remind you one more time, don't forget your exclamation points. Without it, they are not commands. I just want to make sure that I didn't forget anything else. Oh yes, the passage does go in order of the sentences. Okay, I mentioned that it'll go número uno, then número dos, and número tres. I think that that's everything you need to know. So that is part 1. Part 2 then, again, something you guys have done before, you're going to be writing sentences. Okay, here you will see a set of 10 sentences written as affirmative or negative 2 commands. In addition, they require your vocabulary from unit number 8. Please make sure that if the word is or has been a vocab word, that you're using that vocab word. Okay, I don't think you're going to need any sort of weird sorry, just double checking these. Nope, you will not need any extra verbs other than the verbs that are in your Unit 8 verb guide. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go in and look at your grammar notes section, and in there you will see your verb guide. Please remember that if you need a copy of that and you want an actual physical paper copy and you can't print it, let me know and I can leave one in the high school office for you. Okay? When you're writing your sentences, these are commands. They must start with capital letters. They must start with upside down exclamation point, finish with a right side up. Make sure you are remembering these are a mix of all different types of affirmative to negative to commands. There are irregulars, stem changers, spell changers, shortened irregulars, okay, completely irregulars. They are all in there. So please make sure that all of the verbs come from your verb packet or your verb guide. Make sure that you are conjugating the verbs correctly and do not forget your sentence writing rules. Okay, that is part 2. I just want to double check here, make sure I did not miss anything. Nope, everything looks good. So part 1, dictate what you are hearing. Part 2, you are going to write the sentences. Okay, don't forget. I'll remind you one more time. Exclamation points, capital letters, spelling, accent marks, punctuation. All right. Good luck. Please let me know if you have any other questions. Again, to contact me, either shoot me a message on Schoology or send me an email itself. Good luck, ladies. Buena suerte.